Welcome back to the Rodecast, guys. Hope y'all doing well out there. I'm your host, Rod, as always. And in this video, we're going to be looking at more biased news clips from Charlotte, North Carolina. And in this video, we're going to be looking at the most biased station I have found so far, and that is WCNC. If you go to their video section, which you can check out over here, most of their videos are demonizing Border Patrol operations and trying to help out illegals. So that's what kind of network this is. And technically, they have the legal right to do it. We don't have the fairness doctrine anymore, so they can actually simp for one side. They don't have to present both sides. So, legally they're allowed to do it, but it's very poor taste if you're trying to claim that you're a journalistic outfit which cares about the truth. Okay. Now, on my channel, I don't hide anything. From my intro, you can tell what side I'm on. I'm against immigration, and I push my views on my channel. I'm very clear about that, very upfront. People like this, the problem I have with these news stations is they pretend to be down the line, middle of the road, presenting facts, but they don't actually do that. And unsuspecting people will watch channels like this and think that this is actually what's going on. And they will go out there, try to protest against Border Patrol, put themselves on the line, and potentially get hurt. Okay, that's my concern with these things. And also, I don't like what they're saying, so I present an opposite view on my channel. Okay, but nevertheless, we're going to be watching this video where they went out and interviewed a bunch of people, and guess what side these people are on? You guessed it, they're against the operations happening there. They want all the illegals to comfortably invade our country and stay here, and this news station is helping them get out their message of whining and crying about illegals and trying to make Border Patrol look bad. So, we can't help it. Biased media is everywhere, and all we can do is actually provide an alternative and a fact check on their bias. And that's what I do on my channel, at least when it comes to immigration, which is the issue that I care about the most. But like I said, everybody does have their bias. I have mine, but I don't hide mine. Everybody who comes to my channel knows where I stand. And I say it clearly in every video where I stand. I fight for my people, that's foundational Americans who built this country. And I'm against invaders, especially uninvited and unwanted illegals who are invading my country, and I want them out, which is why I support ICE and Border Patrol and immigration agents doing their job. Okay, so I don't hide my point of view. I tell everybody exactly what I think in all my videos, and everybody knows. But these people hide their bias and pretend they're fair. That's my problem with them.
Welcome back here on Live Impact News on WCNC Plus. I'm Nick Sturderman. Carlene is also in studio with me. So we are continuing to give you the latest updates on Border Patrol operations here in the Charlotte area. And this morning we heard from Richard Devane. He was live during our 9 to 11 stream. He was live, obviously, during our morning shows, giving us an update. He was in East Charlotte, where we saw operations happen over the weekend. So Richard spoke with community members this morning regarding these operations, getting their thoughts, getting a feeling of how the community is doing, how they're feeling, their reaction. Let's listen in to some of the folks that Richard was able to speak with. Let's listen in.
Do you worry about the ICE immigrations coming to the school to bother kids?
Of course I do. I worry for the kids' safety, parents' safety. They're not doing anything but dropping their kids off.
What do you tell your kids?
Look at the biased question this dummy over here just started with. The ICE has never gone into a school unless an illegal has run in there first. The only time in Chicago where an ICE agent momentarily entered a school, which I covered on my channel, was when a bunch of illegals crashed out their truck, literally was driving without one of the wheels, a black truck, and there was a video of it. Border Patrol released the video, or ICE released the video, and you can see it in the school's cameras as well. He drove in with running on 3 wheels, and then he ran inside the school, and that's the only time that ICE went inside the school, didn't bother any kids, arrested the criminal illegal, and brought him outside and took him away. Okay, that's it. They have never, the way he asked this question, it's like there's some prevalence of ICE raiding schools. That's the kind of way that they framed it. This is what I'm talking about when I talk about their bias. Look at this question. Look at how biased and anti Border Patrol it is. Okay.
Do you worry about the ICE immigrations coming to the school to bother kids?
Of course.
ICE immigrations. First of all, I can't even speak English. That's first of all. Okay. ICE immigrations coming to schools to bother kids. What in the mother F are you talking about, bro? Okay. What are you talking about? This is, I hate to pause on the, I wanted to let it play for a while, but I had to pause on the first question because of the unbelievable bias. And by the way, I have not seen this video. Okay. I knew that it was going to be gold just by looking at the title. Most of the videos I react to, I don't watch it beforehand because I want to have a fresh reaction for you guys of what I'm going to say. I already know my perspective. I know the facts and I know how I'm going to respond. Okay. Because I know what I believe and I don't hide it. So I like to have a fresh reaction. So I have not seen this video what we're about to look at, but just right off the bat, complete 100% anti-ICE and immigration bias from this guy.
I was able to speak was listening.
Do you worry about the ICE immigrations coming to the school to bother kids?
Of course I do. I worry for the kids' safety, parents' safety. They're not doing anything but dropping their kids off.
Yeah, of course, Dora the Explorer doesn't think so. And they have done something wrong. The fact that they exist here in the first place and are putting their illegal kids in our schools or their anchor baby kids in our schools means that they're taking a spot away from a real American child. Okay, they have done something, Dora. You don't think so because it's your people who have invaded our country. Of course, he picks this one to talk to, knowing that how she's going to respond.
Immigrations coming to the school to bother kids?
Of course I do. I worry for the kids' safety, parents' safety. They're not doing anything but dropping their kids off.
What do you tell your kids about what to do if they see these officers?
Well, I just came to drop off my siblings because to say my mom is scared, either way, I don't know how to feel.
Guaranteed her mom is an illegal and doesn't speak English. That's why she's scared, because people who do are not scared, people who are actually supposed to be here. This one's most likely an anchor baby, so she doesn't have to be scared for now until we get rid of the 14th Amendment protections for children of illegals, because that was supposed to protect Black Americans, specifically the ones who were freed after slavery. So in the 1800s, so that does not apply to these people. Okay, these invaders. So the Supreme Court, it's more likely than not that they're going to get rid of that. Although I can't be certain with the Supreme Court. They're sometimes unpredictable. But Amy Coney Barrett, I believe, is on our side on this. But I could be wrong. Okay. And Robert, same thing. I don't know how that guy's going to vote. But I'm pretty confident that just from a logical perspective, it's very clear what the 14th Amendment was for. It was not for random people who invaded this country to be protected forever. Okay. And their anchor babies. It was for a specific purpose crafted after the Civil War to give the freed slaves their rights, which they obviously have, given that they've been here since the 1600s, the same as us. So, yeah, if anybody disagrees with that, you're wrong, okay? That you're just factually wrong on the history. The 14th Amendment does not apply to these people. It only applies to, at most, obviously Black people and Native Americans. Those two you can argue for, okay? Everybody else, it doesn't apply to.
Just worrying about their safety.
What's that like for people who don't know? Could you describe it?
Terrible. There's no way to describe it unless you actually feel it.
Maybe your Dora the Explorer Mexican ass should not have invaded my country. Then you wouldn't have to feel any fear. So see, look at this situation. We have people who don't even belong in this country, whose ancestors didn't build it, but have broken in here and now are crying to the media, and this media network is amplifying their crying, about how they're not feeling welcome and they're feeling scared because the law is being implemented. They illegally invade my country, our country, America, and then they cry about how they're the ones being persecuted. Okay. Do you see why people get mad at these people? If you're out there, if you're a liberal watching my videos, which I know some of them do sometimes, do you not get what the problem here is? Okay. It's like somebody breaking into your house and then whining about racism and unfairness after you call the police on their criminal ass who just broke into your country. That's what these people are doing. That's how we real Americans feel about this. Okay. In case you're wondering, she's mad at us about the fact that the federal law is being implemented on her illegal brethren who have broken into our country.
It's horrible.
Does it still feel like America to you?
This isn't America.
This is America. You don't belong in America, and you need to get your ass out of here and be in the country that your ancestors came from. Okay. Most likely in her case, Mexico or whatever other Latin crap hole she came from. But the point is, you don't belong here. And this is America. This is exactly what America is supposed to look like. You being dragged out of here screaming, and your parents, your illegal parents, being afraid of the ICE agents and the Border Patrol is exactly what America is supposed to be. Because you're not even supposed to be here. Get it through your head, Dora, and go back to exploring in Mexico.
This is terrible. There's no reason. The way they're treating people, I get it. If they were actual criminals, get them, but they're not getting the actual criminals. They're getting hard-working people. They're going to the job working sites, to schools, people dropping off their kids. Like, that's not even humane. It can't be real.
You're not a human. You don't deserve any humane treatment. Okay. And look at this. After they break in and steal our jobs and steal our spots in school, she's whining about how she's the one being persecuted. They're the ones. Her freaking Raza, her criminal Raza, are the ones who are being persecuted. After they break into our land, we're supposed to feel sorry for this. What's happening? I feel amazing about what they're doing. I hope they beat the crap out of you more and drag you away. That's what you deserve.
How do you feel about ICE and all of this involvement?
Yeah, I'm not a fan. I don't really know much about the protests or anything, but I think kids should be free to go to school.
What about the removing the folks? Do you feel that that's okay? The general ICE raids?
No, not at all.
Why not?
Why not?
Yeah, answer that, white boy.
We're a nation of immigrants, and I feel like...
You might be a dirty immigrant, bro, but I'm not. My ancestors have been here since 1638, and they built this country. I don't know where your tribe is from. Mine is from Sweden, and they built this land. So no, I am not an immigrant. My ancestors were not immigrants. You might be a dirty immigrant, but I am not. So do not put us all in this category of this lie about how we're all immigrants. That's a lie made up by the immigrants to justify their existence and to screw over the foundational people of this country. So F off, bro, with your sunglasses. Okay, they found a hippie, one white guy they interviewed here, from what I can see here. Okay, they bought a bunch of taco eating little bastards, and this is the only white guy I see. Okay, and yeah, of course, he's open borders. We're all immigrants. No, you're an immigrant. I am not an immigrant, and my ancestors weren't immigrants either. F off.
Slam the door at any particular point is kind of crazy.
Just what is this?
So let's listen to this dumbbell logic here, okay? Because and it's true, some immigrants did come from England and other places in Europe, it's true, and also Sweden in the 1800s. So we've had many waves of immigration, which I don't agree with, by the way, but nevertheless, let's that's history. But listen to what he just said. He said that to close the door at any particular point is crazy. So you have to let immigrants in forever, and millions of them, mass immigration forever, because some European immigrants were allowed to come here in the 17 and 1800s. This is his logic. Okay, it's like saying the government gave out some benefits to you at some point, and now after you're on your feet and you're have a job, they still had to perpetually give you benefits forever. That's similar to what he just said. Okay, we helped out people in other countries come here and try to find a better life. So now we have to perpetually do it forever and in mass numbers, because that's what's happening. That's what's happened in the last 4 years. Open borders under Biden, okay? But nevertheless, he wants to continue forever. This is the kind of thinking these idiot open borders liberals have.
I don't know much about the protests or anything, but I think kids should be free to go to school.
What about the removing the folks? Do you feel that that's okay? The general ICE raids?
No, not at all.
Why not?
So he just admitted to being open borders. Like, no, I don't want any ICE raids. Nobody should be removed, including the criminals. Okay, because those are the people that they're going after particularly. They're arresting everybody who's illegal, but they're targeting or literal criminals with rap sheets and removal orders who are supposed to not supposed to be here by the courts. They already had their due process, and ICE is just going and cleaning them out because the last administration didn't do their job. Now ICE is actually doing their job. He's against all of it. They found a hippie who hates America. Great job.
Why not? We're a nation of immigrants, and I feel like trying to slam the door at any particular point is kind of crazy.
Listen to that. Slamming the door on any particular point is crazy. That means we have to perpetually let our country be raided by foreigners. This is the thought process going inside of this monkey's head when he goes into a voting booth. Okay. Now he has a right to vote. I'm not going to take that away from anybody because even people I disagree with have a right to vote. But nevertheless, it's very scary that that's how stupid and like thoughtless these people are. Dumb white people. Okay. They're the biggest threat to America at this point. Oh my God. All right. Let's keep going here.
Just what has these last few days been like?
They definitely have been scary, honestly.
You better get ready because it's going to be much scarier going forward. Okay, get ready and get ready to cry too.
It's nerve-wracking because obviously you see everything that's going on. You've seen what they've done in other cities, so you can see that and you're scared because you know that they're coming here and it's like, okay, well, what are they going to do here? Like, are they going to come in and treat us the way that they've been treating other people?
Yes, it's going to be much worse actually because it's going to be a faster operation. So they're going to run you over. Okay. Border Patrol is moving fast. They already arrested more than 40 people or whatever? No, 150 people last count.
Or are they going to come in and just,
What? Yeah, see, none of these people, their brains are not working. They can't even speak English even if they were born here. Just clue. Look at this one here. She doesn't even know what the hell to say. And of course, they picked this person to interview and they kept it in this video. Hilarious. This outlet is just run by morons.
I don't even know. But
yeah, I can tell that. You're very low IQ. I can tell that, Maria.
It's just been very scary to think about because you can't protect everyone, unfortunately.
Why would you want to protect the illegals? Are you one? Most likely this one's an anchor baby, but you would know that they're born here because they can't speak English. They're almost as bad as their parents. Okay. And what is your problem with illegal aliens being arrested and removed? It seems like you might be one or might be related to one. Are your parents illegals? Is that why you're so scared? Just a question.
As much as you would like to, you can't, and you can just hope and pray that everyone stays safe. And I've been seeing a lot of businesses have been closed down because obviously no one's coming in. It also hurts them too. Their small businesses, obviously it hurts them because they have no clientele coming in. They have to shut down. So it's like we have no work, we have no workers. So how are they also? It's affecting their income. It's affecting Charlotte's income as a whole too, honestly.
Good. I want those businesses to fail. Any business hiring illegals or immigrants, I want them to fail. So I'm happy that's exactly what's happening. Okay. And Charlotte, it's been taken over by your kind and you all deserve to fail. So I'm happy about what's happening.
I work in retail, so I kind of also noticed that at the mall. It was very slow this past weekend, which we were expected to have a pretty busy weekend. We did not at all. It was pretty slow. It was very slow.
Yeah, I'm sure it was slow because all the illegals are not going to be around when the police are there because they know they've committed a crime and broken into my country, into George Washington's country. And so they're afraid to be out and about. People who are legal, people who haven't committed any crimes are going to be out there because they don't have anything to fear. See, you're out here because, like I said, most likely she's an anchor baby, so she's legal for now until we get rid of the 14th Amendment protections for these people. Then they're not going to be so free and they're going to be dragged back to their countries. Okay, that's a lot more work for Border Patrol to hunt down all the anchor babies, but we're not there yet. First, the Supreme Court has to rule on it, which will most likely be next year. And it's not going to happen this year. And then we'll see where we stand. But for now, she's legal. But like I said, people who have nothing to fear are out and about. People who are a bunch of illegals who invaded our country, not so happy and not so out and about. They're hiding in the basement because they're criminals.
Does it feel like the USA? Does it feel like the United States?
No, absolutely not.
More biased questions. Does it feel like the United States? Look at this journalist. Okay, that's what his title is. This dummy over here. Look at, does it feel like the United States? And they found a black guy who hates America. Good job.
It was very slow.
Does it feel like the USA?
Does it feel like the USA? Yeah, actually it does, boy. It does feel like the USA. It does. It feels more like America than ever before.
Does it feel like the USA? Does it feel like the United States?
No, absolutely not.
And how is the United States supposed to feel like? Where we let animals from the third world invade our country and do nothing about it? Is that your definition of the United States? Okay, I'm asking the black reporter here. What is your definition, boy? What is your definition? When the third world invades and take all the jobs from real Americans, is that your definition of the United States? What do you mean when it says it doesn't feel like the United States? How is the United States supposed to feel like? Letting the third world savages invade and ravage our country and do nothing about it and destroy the Anglo-Saxon heritage of this country created by our founding fathers? Is that your definition of the United States? Okay, I'm asking for a friend.
No, absolutely not. It feels very different. It feels very, very, very different, honestly. It just feels like empty. Like there's just something missing. Like, I don't know, like it just feels like a little surreal, and like there's just like a little like hollow. Like there's just something missing, and unfortunately it is our community that has to be hiding right now.
Yeah, okay. I'm done listening to this. So they don't talk to anybody else. They talk to this dummy over here who doesn't even speak English. So I'm not gonna. Oh no, let me actually. They got more people over here. So let me skip to the end. So one can't even speak English. So we'll go to somebody. Let's see if this one can speak English.
Why did you feel you needed to walk out today?
Well, everybody was putting on their like Instagram stories like we're doing a walkout because of the ice and all the problems they're causing, and because of how many people
another brain dead anchor baby.
How many students walked out that you noticed today?
It was a lot, probably more than 60.
And you said you would tell us about how this whole situation is affecting your family and friends.
It's affecting my family and friends because my mother's afraid to go outside, to go buy stuff for us and to go to work, and she's staying home until she knows that things are calm because she's afraid to go out and work.
Yeah, but they found more anger babies. This one here is Tiny Dora the Explorer here. Another one whining about her mommy. Wait, is your mommy a freaking illegal? Because that's the only reason you need to be afraid. And I'm betting that she is. And look at the background here. Look at all the stores and their horrible Spanish freaking foods here. Every single store is like this. Charlotte has been invaded. Okay? A nuclear bomb would have improved things there. That's how bad it's gotten.
How is it affecting you?
It's affecting me because I see my mom just inside, not doing anything and stressing and having fear to herself that she's going to get taken and not knowing what...
Look at this accent. She was born here, yet she sounds horrible. Like, it's almost as worse. It's almost as bad as the freaking illegals. Okay? Jeez, man. They cannot make an improvement on this accent. Their brains are just fried.
It's going to happen to us.
And how is it affecting you?
I mean, it's stressful seeing my mom because like she struggles with bills already going to work. I mean, even without her going to work, she's struggling even more.
How does this make you feel about the country that this is happening?
I mean, I don't know what it make me feel like, but like I'm just How
does the situation make you feel?
Look at the lack of emotional response on this boy over here. Okay, he's acting like a 5-year-old. He was asked a very direct question where you should say, well, I'm feeling really bad about this. I'm feeling really scared. But he can't even answer. They like literally, I mean, it's like their brains are missing something.
I don't know what it makes me feel like, but like I'm just
How does the situation make you feel?
The situation with ICE makes me feel like bad. I don't really like
No, finally got one.
Our people.
And
yeah, your people don't belong in here. Get it? You had that Mexican flag for a reason. Your people belong in Mexico. But you're invading our country. That's why you have to be afraid. You've broken into somebody else's house and you're whining about how you're afraid of what's happening when the police take action. Okay, Juan? That's what you're doing right now. Very illogical. It's like me breaking into your house and then crying when you call the police on me. That's what's happening to your people, as he just said. That's what's happening to you because you invaded George Washington's English country, okay, built by English people from England and other Northern European countries. You've invaded our country, and now you're crying when you're facing the consequences.
I don't really like what they're doing to like our people.
And
I love what they're doing to your people. Your people deserve it.
Make you feel?
It makes me feel sad because I see like little kids losing their parents by ICE and getting taken, seeing them cry, and that like it breaks my heart seeing them like that, knowing that their parents did so much work here just for them to get taken by ICE.
Yes, those little kids wouldn't have to be afraid if their parents weren't criminals who broke into somebody else's country. Okay, that's what I tell Maria over here. They always bring up the little kids to make us feel sorry for them. Okay, I don't care. I don't care about your little kids. Those little kids are facing what they're facing because their parents made decisions that were literally criminal by breaking into somebody else's country, into George Washington's country. That's what this is. Okay. All right. I'm done listening to this stuff, but that's more the same. Okay. They talked to one more Juan over here, and guess what he's got to say? You can all guess. But yeah, this is what's happening. And yeah, they're just whining about the fact that they don't like the fact that their illegal, family members and people from their people, as he just said, are being removed. Because they want to make America into Mexico, and some people oppose that. So they're against it. They want to comfortably invade this country, and they want us to do nothing about it. And that's not going to happen. And that's the bottom line for this video. Thank you so much for watching, as always, and I'll see you guys in my next one.